Hello everyone, my name is James, and you know what? I had to redo this video over and over and over and over because I keep messing up in that. Now, today we're gonna be talking about the Traiteur. If some of you from the Cajun country, you fortune teller, you psychic, you Wiccan, you whatever, you know what a Traiteur is. Good for you. If you don't, I'm gonna tell you what a Traiteur is. A Traiteur is a mix of shamanism and Roman Catholicism. And when the French took over a little bit of America, before a little bit before the New English started taking over that whole part of the big Louisiana, and they shrunk it down to one little L or something like that. I don't know. They shrunk it down to one little L. While the Acadians were on their way to Louisiana, they were going to the South Louisiana. And when they were passing by the New English, they came across the Cherokee. And the Cherokee taught them about the shamanism and stuff, and then they kept on going, and they thought, maybe we can make some kind of shamanism in that with our religion, so we don't have to be framed or framed that we witches, because back then they were framed for being witches, yeah. Still then, yeah. So, the Traiteurs, they go to church and all that, so they don't get framed for all that crap and stuff and shit. And, it became a Catholic tradition. But after a couple of years, after a few decades or so, it it became an abomination by the Catholics. And my grandpa, he was a traitor, and I am a traitor now, but he was not a traitor then. Um, he was not a traitor now. He's not a traitor now. He gave me his powers. I'm gonna show you how that's possible. And the Catholics and just pushed it away, just like they made Saint Expedite one of my favorite Christian idols. And he was one of my favorite Christian idols. He helps you get a job. He helps you get the money you can afford to pay your bills and stuff like that. And and the thing is that trying to think. My grandfather, my papa, that's how we say that in Cajun. My papa was Baptist. He was not a Catholic. He was born Baptist, and they had a Catholic lady. And doesn't matter what religion he was in, she gave him her powers. And then after maybe 70 years or so, after he died in December 15th, 2012, he died, and then in 2013, mid-July 2013, he gave me his Traiteur powers. And, he said, I have no use for it, and the females that are around me, that it was my family, that the females that I knew they were not, hold on, they were not responsible enough to keep these powers. If somebody were to call him and say, heal me, and they would say, no, I'm at the mall or something. And he said, yeah. So he gave me his power so I can do all this and that for him, so I can make him proud. And so, it is a tradition to give it, if a male gives it for a male to give it to a female. But it is possible for a male to give it to another male, or a female to give it to another female in the spirit world. You gotta wait till they die. If you want the Traiteur powers, if you think you're responsible enough, and if you're not the opposite sex, you gotta wait until they're in the spirit world, and you gotta ask them for it. Now, if you from Cajun country, here's a picture of the Cajun country. You see that blue circle I made? That's in Cajun country, and you probably think you from New York, New Jersey, and that, and you probably think that New Orleans. Why is not New Orleans is not in the blue circle? Well, New Orleans was found by the French, not by the Acadians. You dumbass. And it's in the plantation country. It's very noticeable over there, but the Cajun country is between Lake Charles and Baton Rouge, even though Baton Rouge is in that purple area. People are so stupid nowadays. They're so stupid. Now, I'll be talking about more about the Traiteur and all that, but I really gotta end this video and stuff and that. But tune in for next time. I talk about more about the psychic, and you know I'm psychic too, and I'm a fortune teller. I can tell to the future and all that. So I'm gonna talk about that later. All right. Have a good day, everyone. Go get some crawfish boudin. Go to the bayous and that.